Here are 10 AI coding agent tips I wish I learned earlier. The first one is to prompt properly. According to the OpenAI Codex best practices, you should include these 4 things if you want the perfect result. Goal: what are you trying to change or build? Context: which files, folders, docs, examples, or errors matter for this task? Constraints: what standards, architecture, safety requirements, or conventions should Codex follow? Done when: what should be true before the task is complete, such as tests passing, behavior changing, or a bug no longer reproducing. Including all of this isn't required to get a good result, but I found it really helps when working in large and complex code bases, which I do all the time. The second tip I wish I learned earlier is ask it to interview you. Let's say you have a rough idea of what you want, but don't know exactly how to get it done, or just don't feel like explaining it all, then just ask it to interview you. For me, it's extremely useful because it always reminds me of things I haven't even thought about yet, which makes it really easy to implement a feature correctly from the start. But if you want a more structured approach, use the planning feature. In Codex, which is what I use, it's activated by typing /plan. That way, the AI agent will automatically gather context, ask you questions, and then come up with a structured plan for the feature, and you can alter it as you wish. I use this for big tasks at my embedded software developer job, and it works wonders. The fourth thing I wish I started doing earlier is creating an agents.md file in the repos I work in every day. Agents.md is like a readme file but for AI agents. It gets loaded into context automatically and is a place where you can describe how you want the AI agent to work inside your repo. For way too long I was just repeating myself every time I created a new thread, telling it that to build this embedded target you must run this very specific command and stuff like that. Turns out that if I put all that information in agents.md, the model automatically reads it and I don't have to repeat myself so many times every day. The next tip is to use agents.md properly. According to the best practices again, a good agents file contains repo layout and important directories, how to run the project, build, test and lint commands, engineering conventions and PR expectations, constraints and do not rules, what done means and how to verify work. So remember to include these. Tip number 6 is use the right model. There are way too many models to choose from in coding agents these days, and the question is, which ones should you actually use? Here's what I've learned from working closely with the OpenAI ones for hours and hours every day. Use GPT 5.3 Codex for easy to medium difficulty tasks that are small to medium in scope, like fixing bugs or implementing minor features that require interviewing. Use GPT 5.5 for big and or complex tasks, like most refactors and big features that require planning. I find that if I use GPT 5.4 or 5.5 too much, I run out of my weekly plus plan credit allowance within a day. So this split will maximize the amount of use we get out of our credits. To make it even more confusing, we also have to pick model reasoning effort. According to the best practices yet again, use low for faster well-scoped tasks, medium or high for complex changes or debugging, and extra high for long, agentic, reasoning-heavy tasks. The 8th thing I wish I knew about earlier are slash commands. If you simply enter a slash, like we did with /plan earlier, a lot of otherwise hidden features show up. This lets you change things like personality and even compact context on command if you're a hardcore user. The 9th tip is the coolest one. If you ask it to, an AI agent will spawn its own AI agents called sub-agents, and it even gives them names. This is incredible because as developers we have now gone from having a singular friend to having multiple friends. With sub-agents, tasks can be performed concurrently and it keeps the main agent focused on requirements, decisions and final outputs. The final tip is about automations. It's a feature in the Codex app that I use, and it's probably available in other places too. Automations lets you schedule tasks that the agent runs in the background for you. This is extremely useful for me because I have a website open to anyone on the internet and I also have very little time. With automations I can make my AI agent automatically bump packaged versions for me every day and test it end to end. That way my website remains secure and uncompromised without me ever needing to lift a finger. So that's been it. Put your best tips in the comments below and subscribe for more.